Come on, Dix. Hello, 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 everybody. Sassy. As y'all can see, I am outside and I'm walking the little monsters. So I can get my phone without dropping it. Walking the monsters because little Sassy there, I weighed her about a month ago. Okay, first off, a couple months ago at the vet, come on, Dix. She was 14.2 pounds, which is way overweight for her. She's a Malshi. She's a Maltese and a Shih Tzu. And so a couple months ago at the vet, she was 14 point something pounds. 14.2, 14.4, I don't remember, 14 something, which is way too overweight for her. She should be like 10 pounds. And then like a month or so ago, I weighed her and she was 15.2 pounds. And I weighed her, which is definitely overweight. Come on, Dixie. So then I weighed her yesterday and she was 16.4 pounds. So that means she's gaining even more weight. So she is now technically morbidly obese, like I used to be. Well, we've already banned table foods, which that stopped a while ago. But the problem is she's basically double dipping into her sister's food and acting like she's starving all the time. And then, like, for example, I free feed my cats. Yes, I know they say don't do it, but I spoil my babies. I don't care. I do. And yes, Monkey weighs 21 pounds, but Monkey is supposed to weigh 21 pounds because of his breed. His breed male cats can weigh up to 22 pounds. And so the other day, like before I started getting sick, I went to fill his bowl up, and I filled it, and it's a big bowl. I mean, big bowl. And I filled it to the brim, and I turned around like an hour later, and she was eating out of it, and you could see the whole bottom of the bowl, and there was maybe half a cup of food left, and there was probably 5 cups of food in this bowl, full, if not more. So, yeah. So now, when she doesn't have dog food, or she's eating all the dog food, because, you know, they only get fed, you know, a certain time. Come on, girls. She decides to go in my room and eat the cat food. And even though there's gates that block off both entrances to the hall, she has discovered how to push the gates open. So we're going to have to permanently lock the gates at the bottom. Like child-proof them. They've got these little child-proof lock things. So that's what we're going to have to do. Come here, you girls want to sit down for a minute? Come here, Sass. Come here, Dix. Okay, or not. Guess we're going to keep walking. Dix. And so, yeah. So I decided that on the first day that I felt better, that we were going to start walking every day. And we're going to walk that little LBs. You got Tinkle? Walk the LBs off her butt. So that's what we're doing today. We are walking the LBs off her fatty McFat butt. So she's cute as a bug in a rug, but she's going to die of a doggy heart attack, which I do not want to happen. But so Anyways, and like my friend Jeff, they have a dog, Grace, and she weighs about 90 pounds now. But at one point, she weighed more than that. And the vet said, she seriously, y'all need to make her, she needs to lose weight. Especially being a big dog, like it's going to be so hard on her joints and everything. And literally just by cutting out the table food, she dropped like 5 pounds like that. Dixie, come on, baby. Dixie, leave it alone. So, Dixie, why do you always come up behind me? And then I get stuck. Numbnut. God. Shit for brains. Sometimes, I swear. But anyway, so yeah. So today I am finally feeling a lot better. My body is still real like shaky, but I'm sure that's because I just really haven't been eating a lot. A couple of those days, nothing. And so I'm doing a lot of protein shakes and things like that today. In fact, just a lot of protein in general. Dixie, come on. A lot of eggs, a lot of meat to try to help build it back up. Sunglasses are falling. Like my face has lost weight. So but let's see. I got on the scale today and I've lost, what's today, Thursday? So I've lost 9 pounds in the last 4 days. Although granted, I need to lose weight, y'all. And I know y'all say I don't, but yes, I do. My weight got almost 6 pounds above what my doctor told me to never ever get to. I got to that and then 6 pounds above, meaning my bariatric doctor. So I just let myself get lazy and content. So it was time to do something about it. But being sick is not the way. But anyways, I just thought I would show y'all that I was out and about, so. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take these little monsters home. I'm telling y'all, my face has gotten smaller. My sunglasses keep sliding down off my face. I'm not liking it at all. Oh, my clothes keep falling off. They were getting too tight. Well, a lot of them still are. Come here, girls. Come here, girls. I need to walk down that way sometime, see where all that goes. Well, come on, girlie. Bet y'all are going to be quiet when I get you back home. Instead of barking, barking, barking. It's like 74, 75 degrees right now. Come on, Dix. T, you know what I'm talking about. Miss Sharon, you know what I'm talking about. And then it's supposed to be like 30 degrees colder on Saturday. It's Texas weather for you. That's why I always tell people when they move to Texas, keep your turtlenecks and your tank tops in the same closet. And they think I'm kidding. Dixie, you gonna fall off? And I'm like, I'm not playing, I'm serious. But anyways, and I know that I need to get on and respond. Dixie, you're gonna fall in that. to all my comments, and I'm going to, Dixie, come on. I'm going to do that tonight. So, but, oh, something I do want to tell y'all about. So, you know, my older daughter, Molly, luckily she doesn't watch this. She doesn't watch my YouTube. She's like, Mom, I don't have time, which is fine, because at least that way I can talk about her. So, you know, her and her significant other, Alex, him and her have been together for almost 8 years. You know, they've lived together. They just, you know, about almost a year and a half now. Bought a beautiful, you know, $300,000 home together. It's funny because it's the same floor plan as our house, but $250,000, $300,000, whatever. Expensive house. And I don't remember how much it was. It was a lot. But anyways, it was somewhere in that range. But and I think she told me recently that its value, she was to sell it, she could get almost 4 for it right now in that short amount of time. But anyways, so I texted him today, and he said about something, and he said, you know, it's funny that you texted me. He said, because he said, I was actually gonna call you because I needed to talk to you about something. And he said, don't worry. And he said, it's nothing bad, it's all good. And he said, so I'm gonna call you when I get off work tonight. Funny thing is, you know, all of us, including him and her, have always known that they were going to get married. Always. I mean, that's why they bought a house together. And I mean, they're perfect together anyway. Well, you know, because I've always been both mom and dad since they were 5 and 8 years old. You know, their dad dropped out of the picture basically when I divorced him. He's just a douchebag piece of shit, basically. So I've always been mom and dad. I mean, you know, they used to give me, you know, Father's Day cards. You know, Happy Father's Day, you know. But as long as she's been with Alex, I've always told Alex, when the day comes, you know, that if you're ever going to ask my daughter to marry you, you better come to me first. Just like you would come to her father, especially here in the South. You go to the daddy, and you ask the parents' permission. You ask the daddy's permission. I told him, boy, you better come to me, or high hell, it'll be the last thing you ever do, boy, because you won't be living. And I said, that's the one thing I've always told him. You come to me before you ever ask my daughter permission to marry you. And he's like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, I mean it, boy. I'm not even playing. I will whip your ass up and down the boulevard. And so, yeah, so I'm praying, y'all. I'm praying that that's what it is. Apparently, he was actually going to ask her. He told me a while back when I was in Houston, him and I were talking on the phone a couple of Houston trips ago, and pre-COVID, they had a trip to Hawaii planned, and he was going to ask her to marry him in Hawaii, but COVID killed it, you know, as it did everything, including people. Stupid COVID. Hate COVID. And so that canceled that. And even though my daughter, like, knows he's going to ask her, she's just like, I don't know, maybe he isn't. I'm like, Molly, you know he is. But yeah, so I don't know. So he's going to call me. He gets off work at like 7. So I am like so curious as to what. So I don't know. Because I don't know what else he would want to call and talk to me about unless he's going to like plan something big for her or something. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, they're trying to have a baby and everything. So I don't know what else it could be. But I don't know. So, but y'all cross your fingers, cross your toes, say some prayers. Let's hope there will be wedding bells. So, come on, Dixie Belle. But, come on, Dix. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see. But, yep, they're both about to die. Ooh, look at my pretty car, y'all. She's so fly. She's so fly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Well, I'm going to go, y'all. So, I'll be back later. I'll let you know what Alex says. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Oh.